Good morning. It's Monday. What do we have today?
A pantry haul.
Yes, we do, because you went and picked it up yesterday,
That's
didn't
right.
you? Prices are going up, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
And what does everybody need to do?
Keep stacking it.
That's right. Let's do it. All right, friends, let's jump into this haul, because directly after this haul, I'm going to show you how I do the dishes every single day of my life off-grid with no running water in this trailer in this winter time. A lot of you have asked us this. You've also asked how we take a bath, and I will film that for you as well, because I think you're going to be very surprised on how we do that. All right, friends, let's start with this. 85 cents a piece on the tomato paste. Our store, they usually run about 97 cents, but I'm out again because I use no less than one per week, okay? So realistically, let's say I wanted a year pantry, okay? If I wanted a year's worth of tomato paste, I would need 52 of these, okay? So we have 6. We've got quite a long ways to go. $1.40 on the animal crackers. Again, this is for our goat Sassy. She likes to have a few of these while she's being milked. We've got $7.95 for this Folgers. Yep, every other week we're trying to pick up the coffee. This week they had this on sale. It's only 19 ounces, okay? So 3 ounces over a pound. It's not a lot of coffee, but we're super grateful to have it. We have this enriched all-purpose flour, $2.75. Super great price, but let me tell you something. For our personal eating inside the house, I've really been trying to get us switched over to whole wheat flour. I still use my all-purpose flour, and I have a lot of it. But as you know, I have the farmer's market coming up, and last year I was not able to keep up with the flour, meaning replacing it fast enough as I was using it. So I actually ended up using a lot of our personal stash of flour last year on the farmer's market. And we needed the money from the farmer's market. It wasn't like I could just go out and replace everything I was using, because we have bills and other responsibilities. So I'm really on the fence this year on whether or not I'm going to do the farmer's market, because the price of flour in general is going up, and I'm trying to stock for us a healthier kind of flour. So I just don't know. I just don't know. It's very hard to buy the super healthy items because they're so expensive. Here, a bag of whole wheat, unbleached, all-natural flour is like $8 for 5 pounds. Well, when for $3 I can get 5 pounds, it really becomes difficult for me, and I wrestle with this in my mind. So sometimes I'm getting this, sometimes I'm getting the whole wheat. I'm just going to do the best I can, because our health is very, very important. And I've noticed in making these changes, my health in general has improved greatly. $1.75 for paper towels, $1.15 for a 4-pack of tissue. And some people say, Ashley, why aren't you using cloth tissue for your bathroom? Okay, now listen. We have no running water in the wintertime, okay? It's very, very difficult. I'm getting ready to show you right now how I do the dishes, and I'll show you how I do a bath, and you'll get all that. But creating another dirty something for us to wash is just something I don't want to do right now. It's hard enough to do our laundry, our dish towels, our bath towels, our bedding. These things are hard to do unless we go to the laundromat, but let me tell you, it costs a fortune to go to the laundromat in our neck of the woods. So bath tissue, yeah, I'm going to keep stocking it every week. I'd like to have a solid year supply on it. So when things do hit the fan, I at least have a year till I have to worry about using the cloth, because by then I'll have a really great system down. All right? Now, $20.10. Super, super happy with this haul. Let me show you how we get those dishes done in the winter with no running water. All right, friends, I'm a little embarrassed to show you my messy kitchen, but I've done this on purpose so I can show you how I do the dishes when we don't have running water. We have no water hooked to this trailer in the winter, even though there is a well. And it's because it freezes. It just deep freezes, and we cannot afford to have our pipes burst or anything like that. We are not in a position to deal with that. So water's turned off in the winter. So what I do is have this very large pan. I have a gallon of water. You can see the label's gone. This is well water. Just 1 gallon I put in here. I can do all my dishes, which let me show you. Look, disgusting. This is a whole sink of dishes right here. And this 1 gallon of water will take care of it for me. I'm going to turn this stove on. Get back, doggy. See how that... Okay. See? Okay. Now, get our dish soap. I'm using Palmolive. Pour some dish soap in there. That's kind of a lot. I don't usually use that much, if I'm being honest. I'll give it a little swish with something that's dirty. And then we load it up. I like to put all my silverware and utensils in first. Cups, like so. And I will put more in there, but once this gets hot to where I can still touch it, I don't want it boiling. I do not boil it. Once it's to that point, I just cut off the heat and I let it sit for about 10 minutes. Then I wash them and then I rinse them. I'll show you. But what I want to show you is this. I made pudding. Yes, I did. Homemade pudding. And what I'm going to do with this, because this is super messy, and this was the whipped cream. I made homemade whipped cream. So what I'm going to do is I have some paper towels. This is why you always see me saying paper towels are so important, because this is super messy. I don't want to use a cloth towel in this and then have to wash it. I don't have a lot of water right now. So what we do have, we need to preserve for cooking, cleaning, and washing our clothing. Okay, so I'm going to wipe this out as best I can. See how it comes out? I'm going to wipe all that out as best I can and get it in the trash. All right, I wiped it out as best that I can, okay? And one of the things I love about stainless steel, and I really try to keep a lot of stainless steel in the kitchen because it cleans up very, very easily. It simply just needs a little water to sit on it for a few minutes, and it wipes right off. So stainless steel is a great option in your kitchen, especially if you have limited water. All right, don't mind the dirty sink. That will get scrubbed out when I'm done, but these are all nice and soapy, ready to be rinsed. I've got this refilled with more dishes, and now I'm going to rinse them with my water. I can't really show you this because I don't have 3 hands, but let me get that done. I've got the first load rinsed and sitting in my dish rack. I've got the second load inside the deal, and if we go over, I still have this. All this back here, none of that's dirty. That's pots, pans. Well, actually, I probably need to rinse that. Something splattered on it, and I know that that's whipped cream from when I was whipping the whipped cream last night over here on the counter. So I am going to wash this, but the pot is clean. I have this, I have this, I have these 2 things, and I have this. This had our pudding in it. I've already got one of them that had pudding in here. You can see right there. But there you go. Second load going. All right, now this rack is so full. It's been about 10 minutes, so things are pretty dry. So I'm going to unload some of these so I have room for my last clean dishes to go into. I've just had these sitting here to dry. I still have to do the pudding, the whipped cream, and then I have a couple things in here, and that is it. All right, I got a dog eating a bone down here, so if you hear something weird, that's what you're hearing. Here's my dirty-looking sink. Yucky, yucky. This is all permanently stained. This actually was there when we bought the trailer. We really need to replace the sink, but it still works. So what I need to do now is I'm going to dump this in there. And this is great because this nice hot water is going into our holding tank. And because we have a septic system, we can go ahead and dump that right away so it does not freeze underneath us. And that's how we do it. So I'm going to make sure I get everything cleaned out of this. And then I'm going to take my Comet cleanser and scrub my sink. See, just like so many of you probably do when you're done washing dishes, we'll just scrub out this sink. And it looks pretty good when I get it all scrubbed out. I'll get this all rinsed out and finished, but that's how I do my dishes, okay? This stays here, so we have a hand washing station, because washing your hands actually is one of the most difficult things when you don't have running water, and it's something that you still need to be doing all of the time. That's why this is here, okay? But I want you to notice my counter space. This is it. This is all the counter space I have in this entire kitchenette, okay? I do all my cooking, baking, everything from here. I'll lay a cutting board over this to give me some more cooking space, but then that takes away from my running water. This is my running water. You know, when you're cooking and you get, you know, flour, whatever you're cooking, it gets on your hands, oil. Well, if I have this covered, well, now it's hard for me to wash my hands, okay? So I have found it's so much easier just for me to leave one sink open at all times. And then, as you can see here, I have a cutting board over this. It actually has another cutting board under it. And then I have an extension of my counter. But I hope you enjoyed seeing how I do the dishes without running water, okay? You've also asked, how do we take a bath? And I think you'll be very surprised on how we do that. We've got that kind of down to a science as well. So I'll be filming for you that. I will be filming that for you really, really soon. All right, everybody, keep stacking those pantries. Fill your water jugs with water. Make sure you have a backup supply of water. I just demonstrated how you can do a day's worth of dishes with 2 gallons of water. Now for us, 2 gallons of water for dishes, as well as 2 gallons of water just for our dogs. We're up to 4 gallons of water. We need a gallon of water between the two of us just for drinking. We're up to 5 gallons of water, okay? If we want to take a bath, we can do it on 2.5 gallons each, okay? So that's another 5 gallons of water. We're up to 10 gallons of water in one day that we may possibly need, okay? So that is something to think about. Of course, if you're in a situation, emergency, you're not going to be taking a bath every single day. You're going to be taking a sponge bath, and that is easily done with about 1/4 to 1/2 gallon of water. You can get a really decent scrub down. But again, we're going to show you the best way we have found to take a bath off-grid with no running water. All right, friends, keep stacking it to the rafters. Do not stop. Leave us a comment. Let us know what your stores look like, what you're prepping this week. Just things in general. How are things going where you live and in your life? We'd all love to hear from you. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and share, and we're going to be talking to you really soon. Yah bless and keep every single one of you.